Well, today we are joined by Pete, known to fans as Pilot Pete from The Bachelor and more recently The Traitors. Pete is here to talk about his next big adventure, competing on NBC's bold new travel competition series, Destination X.
That's right. It's a geo-guessing game where Europe becomes a real-life game board and alliances can change in the blink of an eye. Thanks for joining us, Pete.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Good to be here.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with this. What drew you to this new show, Destination X?
I mean, I think for me personally, this was just the ultimate adventure. Obviously, I've been someone that's always been someone that craves that, just the nature of my work and traveling and being a pilot and getting to see this whole world. And you said it perfectly. This is the ultimate game board, and it was so freaking fun to be able to play it. Give it my all. It's my second opportunity to kind of do a competition based type reality show, and truly just had the time of my life. This is the most incredible experience I've ever done in my entire life, and I can't wait for everyone to watch it.
Man, that's high praise.
It is exciting.
I like that.
So do you think that your background in aviation helped you, or do you think it hurt you regarding this competition?
I definitely think it didn't hurt me. If anything, it helped, but not as much as maybe I thought it may have. Just because the creators of this game did such a good job of truly making it difficult. When I say this was like this was the hardest thing I have ever done. And yes, I was trying to grab from any kind of experience I had in my bucket of travels and experience throughout Europe and all that. But this game really tested you. And yes, you could have confidence in your knowledge and your skills, but if you didn't have alliances and you didn't truly work on those, you weren't going to make it far. So I think I was able to definitely kind of grab from my experience, from the Traitors and that whole alliance making type, skill set. And it's just the gameplay of a lifetime.
Yeah, it seems fun. Obviously, it's hosted by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. We just saw some clips of Jeffrey Dean Morgan on the screen there. How did he sort of challenge you during this? What was his role during the series?
Jeffrey, he's the ultimate host for this game. It was the perfect pick. Just has that perfect level of mysteriousness and just badassness, and you never quite knew what was coming whenever he showed up. Most of the time when he did show up, it was probably for not the best of news. Someone was probably going home, or there was a challenge that was going to be pretty critical to the success in the game. But such a cool dude. So much fun to be a part of this experience with him, and it was cool. We actually ended up bonding. We had no idea. We're both diehard Seahawks fans. We found out later on in the series. So the ultimate host, I would say.
I love it.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
It's great. What a great dude.
Okay, you mentioned making alliances and things like that. What do you think the hardest part about trusting your fellow players were?
I would say, specifically speaking for Janae and I, was just the nature of how we joined the game. It was obviously we came in later on, so it could be an advantage, it could be a disadvantage depending on how you looked at it. And for me, I think initially I definitely thought it was a disadvantage just because you didn't have really any reads on these players. They could be looking you straight in the face and telling you a complete lie, and you'd have no idea, how to read them and how to decipher of what kind of information they were telling you. So. It definitely, and like I said earlier, the alliance making in this game was so critical to your success. You could not do this by yourself. That's a guarantee. You're gonna see as you watch the future episodes. But I think initially going in, it was Janae and I, and we really just felt confident in ourselves, in our relationship with ourselves, and really the only two people we could really trust until we started to kind of get our bearings and try to get a little bit of a better read on people.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, Pete.
Yes,
we appreciate
thanks,
you.
Pete.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can catch Destination X right here on KNWA every week. Fantastic show. Yeah. Obviously, we got to cheer Pete on. Maybe there's some victory in the future.
Pete.
Come on,
Fingers
Pete.
crossed for Pete.
That's right. That aviation background might shine through.